everyone, and welcome to the very first annual Miss Faulk Awards. That's right, I'm going over all the books that I read this year, and I'm giving out some very special awards to some very deserving authors. So let's get right into the 2014 Miss Faulk Awards. The very first award I'm going to be giving out is the Best Book Cover. Now, there's a lot of great covers out there, don't get me wrong, but there is one that stood out from the crowd. Now, in order for it to be a great book cover, one thing only applies. The cover has to make me want to buy the book. Without reading the back, without reading the inside, without checking Goodreads to see what it's even about. The cover is what sells you. And there's only been one book this entire year that I've bought very recently that did just that. That award goes to Danielle Vega's The Merciless. Yes, it's pink, it's gold, and it has just one little sentence on the back, "Forgive us, Father, for we have sinned." And that's it. That's all it took to make me buy this book, and that is why it is the award for 2014's Best Cover. There are a lot of dystopian books out there. You can start with the original Hunger Games, and you can end up by Divergent. However, in between, there's a lot of great dystopian books that get lost in the shuffle because they're not mainstream. I happened to stumble across this series last year and have recently read the latest of this series, and I'm naming it my 2014 Best Dystopian Book. And that is going to the Testing series by Joelle Charbonneau, who is an amazing author. This is actually in its third book, and the last book was Graduation Day, which is what I read this year. And you can go pick up the series. It's well worth your time, and it's a lot along the lines of Hunger Games, except for it's kids in school, and if you don't pass the test, you don't get to live. Next up on the list is Best New Series. And the Best New Series of 2014 goes to a series of books that I fell in love with from the very first page. I Facebooked you, I tweeted you, I told you all had to go buy this book, you'd be enthralled with it. And that is none other than the Fix Trilogy by Lauren Lane Page. Lauren Lane also has a brand new book called Free Me Out. And if you've just started the Fix series, don't cry, they're so amazing, and when you think they're over, they're not over, because she also released a new book this year called Hudson, which is a story retold from his point of view. Fix Trilogy is the Best New Series of 2014. The next category is the Biggest Tearjerker. Now, what makes a great tearjerker? To me, it's not just boo-hooing your eyes out from start to finish. There's a lot of books that can make you do that, that can touch you in a way that makes you physically feel the character's emotions. To me, what makes a great tearjerker is that one moment in the book. The one moment that you make yourself not feel for the character, but feel as if you were the character. If that was you going through what the characters were going through. And not many authors can pull that off. However, there was one book this year alone that made me weep, and it was just a very small moment in the book, and that is why it's taking home the Best Tearjerker. And that is going to Gail Foreman's Where She Went. There's a moment in the book where the grandfather walks up to the bed, and he's telling his grandchild, after she's lost her entire family, there's no one, she's an orphan, that it's okay. He understands if she needs to let go, that if she doesn't want to stay, if she wants to go to heaven and be with the rest of her family. And I don't know what it was about the writing, other than I could feel for that grandfather. I could feel his emotions, and I cried. I did. I read that page 3 times, and I just kept crying. And the rest of the book was sad, but it was just that one small moment that made me realize that this was the best tearjerker of 2014. The biggest thriller book of 2014. I read quite a few thrillers this year, actually, in the midst of switching my book styles up a little and being more well-rounded. And while there were some great ones, there was one that really was a mental what is happening right now. And that is Gillian Flynn's Gone Girl. Now, if you haven't read this book, what's wrong with you? Go read it. It's a great read. It's a quick read. It's a what is going on. You really have to think throughout the whole entire book. Don't just go watch the movie. Although the movie's great, read the book, because you're going to love it. So congratulations to Gillian Flynn on being the best thriller of 2014. And while we're talking about thrillers, we'll just move on to the category of the biggest what the what moment of 2014. Now there are some books out there that do make you think, what is going on right now? But no one did it better than E.K. Blair with Bang. As you all remember, I was really honored to get an ARC copy of it, and as soon as I finished, I was telling you all this was a must read. You could not skip it. You could not throw it in your to-be-read list and let it sit forever. You had to buy it, mentally prepare yourself, and then read it. Now the biggest what the moment that happened during the book was the moment you realized, maybe they're related. Wait a minute, what's going on in their household? And who is she trying to kill? In other words, there was no just one moment. The whole book was a what TF moment. However, it was amazing and it is a must read. And be sure you're on the lookout for the next one that is coming out in early 2015 called Echo. Congratulations, E.K. Blair. You are the biggest what the moment of 2014. Now let's talk about the best book to movie. This is kind of hard for me because I hated this book so much. I knew I was going to go into the theater. I was going to hate this movie. However, I can't read the book and then not go see the movie. So I dragged my sister with me to go see it, and it ended up making me love it. I don't understand how I could hate a book and love a movie, but that is the voodoo of Shailene Woodley. And that is why the 2014 Best Book to Movie is going to Divergent. That's right, guys, you remember me saying I don't understand how anyone could love this book, where if you don't make it, you are homeless. I think Katniss would love to just be homeless and not have everything around her dead or crumbled to the ground or living in District 13. However, the Shailene Woodley voodoo gets me every time. She also made me like Fault in Our Stars, which I didn't care for the book. Don't crucify me. I'm just saying, Shailene Woodley, you have this strange voodoo over me, and I'm pretty sure anything that you do, I'm going to love along with the rest of the world. So congratulations to Divergent, the 2014 Best Book to Movie. The next category is the Best Spin-Off Book. There are very few and far between spin-off series that actually ever capture your attention. However, there is one very lovely special lady that does it better than the rest. And in fact, she's so special that I may just have a certain letter to me framed hanging up in my office so I can stare at forever. And I think you guys know exactly who I'm talking about, and that is Miss Rain Miller. Cherry Girl, the best spin-off book of 2014. We meet Neil McManus and Cherry Girl in the All In series, which is one of my favorite all-time series, and we see him just a little bit in this book. However, Rain does the unthinkable like she always does and makes a whole new series just as good as the All In series from that one character. And not only is it an amazing story within itself, but we also get to see Ethan Blackstone in it. It's like the best of both worlds. Your mind blows, your heart's happy, and that's all that matters. So congratulations to Rain Miller for winning Miss Faulk's 2014 Best Spin-Off Book. The next category is the 2014 Most Talked About Series. Now, you know me, I'm always doing my tweet and reads on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram talking about books, and on Facebook, on YouTube, anywhere I can be, that's where you'll find me. And so as I talk about these books and I get questions from you guys, I take that into account. What book series had the most talk about retweets, re-questions of 2014? Now this will actually be her second award, so congratulations to E.K. Blair with the Fading series. You have Fading, Falling, and Freeing, and all of them will touch your heart. You will love every one of them as dearly and as much as I did, and I'm so glad that I was able to get you guys into the series, because pretty much anything I feel like EK touches turns to gold. Maybe she's Midas, I don't know. Congratulations to E.K. Blair for her second award on winning Miss Faulk's 2014 Most Talked About Series. Next up, we have the Best Supernatural Book of 2014. So many werewolves, so many vampires, so many wizards. I feel like that's all you see these days. However, it's really hard for me to get into these kind of books. Honestly, I'm just a try-hard, and that's all I can ever really chalk myself up to being. Then I saw a series and I thought, I'll give it a try. And I fell in love with it. Then I bought the whole box set, and I'm halfway through the box set. and that is none other than Vampire Academy. I love that it's the girls' version. I love that there's a lot of sassiness going on in the book. And at the end of the day, there are werewolves and there are vampires. They don't sparkle and they don't transform like Jacob, but they're really cool in the book. So congratulations to Rachel Mead for winning the Best Supernatural Book of 2014 with Vampire Academy. And there's only one category left to give away. Can you guys figure out what it is? That's right, it's the Best Book of 2014. This was a super hard category for me to choose from because there were two books that I felt like I loved equally that I could not decide on. However, in life, there can be no ties. I had to choose a winner, so I chose the one book that I felt like truly will sit with me for the rest of my life. I read this book on the way down to Disney World, and I remember sitting in the car at Disney yelling at everyone to stay in the car because I had 3 pages left and I couldn't just end the book. I had to finish it. So luckily my family obliged and they sat in the book watching me and they're like, seriously, you're at Disney World and you can't get out of the car and put down a book? And I was like, hell to the no, I can't. Y'all need to hold up. And that is why I am giving E.K. Blair's Bang the best book of 2014. You've all heard me talk about it. You've all seen my Facebook. You've seen my tweets. You've seen the book review. You know my love for anything that she touches. I mean, seriously, I feel like she can do no wrong in the world of literature. I hope that you've all read it. I know a lot of you are just now jumping on the bandwagon because her sequel to that book, Echo, is coming out in early 2015. I can't wait for it. I know you guys can't wait for it. So make sure you head on over to her Goodreads page and pre-order it on Amazon. You make sure you add it to your to-be-read list. And make sure you're following me for all the updates on Echo because you know I'm going to be all over it. So congratulations, E.K. Blair. You are Miss Faulk's 2014's best book. I want to thank all the authors who've continued to make my dream of making Miss Faulk a reality. It is always amazing when you reach out to me and you ask me to read your books early or get advanced reader copies and to tell my guys what to read and how I love it and to do book reviews for you on YouTube. They're all so amazing and I couldn't do it without you, and I know that my viewers could not do it without you either. To all the amazing fans that come back day after day to follow me on YouTube, on Instagram, on Goodreads, on everything that you can think of. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Miss Faulk is growing every day, and I hope one day I have this huge corporation and I can hire all you book lovers to come and work for me. I'd love that very, very much. I hope 2015 delivers all the love that you guys have delivered to me, and I hope I see each and every one of you at the 2015 Miss Faulk Book Bash here in sunny Destin, Florida. And I'll be telling you all the amazing authors, quite a few on this list that will be joining us for the 2015 Book Bash. So be sure you're on the lookout for that and get ready to come party with me and some authors. Congratulations to all the winners, and until next time, laters baby. Bye!